Welcome to the Exfiltration module for Lesson 2 on Types and Stages of a Breach for the Symantec Technical Foundation Security Solutions course. After completing this module, you should be able to define exfiltration as a stage in a data breach and describe the methods used to extract data. The cybercriminal's objective in the exfiltration stage, which is the final stage in a data breach, is to actually get the captured data out of the company to a safe location. The cybercriminal will take a number of precautions when extracting data out of the targeted organization. For example, he will often extract the stolen data to another system than his own, but one that he can access at his leisure. As a further safeguard, he might divert the data to a different legal jurisdiction. He might also encrypt the data during the transfer process. Cybercriminals, as well as malware installed by cybercriminals, commonly uses the File Transfer Protocol, or FTP, for exfiltration. Cybercriminals will typically use FTP to upload stolen data to an FTP drop server. FTP is a network protocol that enables the transferring of files between computers. The protocol allows user-based authentication as well as anonymous authentication. It also supports command line operations, which makes it easy to automate and batch tasks. What makes it attractive for cybercriminals is that the communication method is allowed out in many organizations. It is also enabled by default in certain operating system installations. The data extraction method commonly used by malware and criminals is the File Transfer Protocol. For exfiltration purposes, cybercriminals can leverage the FTP method together with malware that is surreptitiously installed on users' systems. Here's how the process works, using the MetaFisher bot as an example. First, the malware installs itself as a browser helper object in Internet Explorer. Essentially, it configures itself as an add-on. Once working behind the scenes as an add-on, it operates as a man-in-the-middle, stealing data on the computer or capturing login information entered into banking websites. Once collected and captured, the stolen data is sent via FTP to an FTP drop server selected based on the user's location. In the final retrieval stage to complete the exfiltration, the cybercriminal would access the data on the FTP drop server based on the country the data stream came from and a unique identifier of the infected user's machine. Peer-to-peer technology refers to a distributed network architecture composed of participants that make a portion of their resources, such as processing power, disk storage, or network bandwidth, directly available to other network participants without the need for central coordination instances. P2P gained popularity with services for music and file sharing, with Napster, BitTorrent, and eDonkey being just a few of the well-known networks. The advantages of P2P didn't go unnoticed among malware writers and cybercriminals. P2P soon became a new way to issue commands to malware and capture and exfiltrate data. Cybercriminals seizing on some of the benefits that P2P offered, these included a more efficient way to manage malware and criminal activities without a single point of failure, which could be the case with other networks when the centralized database or server went down or was taken offline. P2P offers a high level of anonymity. It's next to impossible to identify an attacker in a P2P network. For these reasons, P2P networks also lend themselves as prime vehicles for exfiltration. Some examples of successful exfiltration leveraging peer-to-peer networks include P2P data breaches leaked from a government contractor's computer. This resulted in the blueprints for Marine One, which is the helicopter used by the President of the United States, being traded on P2P networks. In addition, a Seattle man was sentenced to 51 months in jail for stealing banking and credit information from file-sharing users and opening accounts. And finally, employees of an investment firm used the LimeWire network to expose dates of birth and social security numbers of 2,000 of the firm's clients. In this module, we explored what the exfiltration phase is and how it relates and differs from other stages in a breach. Now let's consider the key takeaways within the context of the learning objectives we introduced. You should now be able to define exfiltration as the final stage in a data breach. For cybercriminals, the goal of exfiltration is to get the captured data out of the company and into a safe location. We also covered some of the popular methods used to exfiltrate captured data. You should now be able to explain how protocols such as FTP and P2P offer great advantages to cybercriminals who seek to extract data from organizations.